honestly. And really fireproof back. It's all out of whack.
You know, part of it is you doing some work too.
I am working today. Thank you very much.
Story time. Welcome to the Christian and Daniel Show.
This is so messed up to me.
It's about to get real. Well, you know the deal. You won't have to guess how either of them feel. Bringing up the things you don't need to know. Never knowing where the conversation will go. Just a little more than anything goes. It's a Christian and Daniel Show.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Christian,
And I'm Daniel.
and welcome to the Christian.
And Daniel Show.
I'm Christian. Thank you.
How are you, babe?
I'm good. Had a good day.
Gabe's here. I'm glad that Gabe's here.
Oh my goodness, I know. He was like, he's being like our stage manager. He's all, okay, 5 minutes, the lights up. Okay, 2 minutes.
Well, I do want to say thank you, Gabe, for the shout out and posting it about the show. We appreciate that. We appreciate all of y'all for supporting us, and thank you for being here.
Hey, Barbie.
Oh, Richard Spence is here. Richard Spence is here.
Hey, Mr. Spence.
So long. We miss you guys. We haven't seen you in so long, so we definitely want to see you guys soon. Let me move this out of the way because I need to get to this. Readjusting things, moving things around. Hi.
Hi. Hi.
It's
is this thing on?
How does it work? It's because I was running behind today. I left Laguna late, and then I had to stop and do some runs, and then I stopped to get dinner. Usually we
Which
don't.
is so sweet.
We don't make dinner on Wednesdays. We buy dinner. Wednesdays are our dinner out night. You're making tacos,
But we
Hey,
haven't
Wayne.
eaten yet, so we're both hangry.
If Wayne's making tacos, we want pictures of the tacos.
No, I don't want, no.
I want pictures of the tacos.
No pictures of the tacos.
Hi Ken, hi everybody. Well, welcome to the show. It is Wednesday,
Hi, Crystal.
Wednesday, June 17th, and it's 7:30. It's the Christian and Daniel show. Thank you so much for being here. Please share the show if you want. And yes, I'm behind.
You have all your accoutrement on
I
today.
do have all my.
You usually take it off.
And I changed shirts. I had my Bert and Ernie shirt.
Yeah,
My
it's
Bert
a
and Ernie.
tired shirt.
It's not a tired shirt. It's Bert and Ernie as Leonard and Sheldon
From Big Bang.
Theory. And it's really cute. I just don't want to promote it.
No, I agree, Crystal. I might end up working for him for all I know.
Oh, DoorDash. Yeah, I was for a while there. We were having affairs with the food delivery guys because wasn't there one guy that came regularly?
Yeah. It's kind of scary. There was a couple guys that I was like, first name basis. We knew each other. It was embarrassing. It's embarrassing when they come back more than once in a day. It's like the same guy. You're like, hello. And it was before COVID, so there was no excuse for it.
And they do
Just laziness.
Okay, so because like yesterday, I have to confess, yesterday I was in Laguna and I didn't feel like cooking. I don't know what I had to do, but I was going to be busy all day, like on the computer and meetings and stuff. So I ordered Burger King, and it took an hour to get to the house, and then it showed that it was already there. But I was like, where are they? Because I live on a corner, so it's like, where are they? So I'm waiting downstairs.
Yeah.
But as I went downstairs, she went upstairs. I took the stairs and she took the elevator. So I'm outside waiting.
And I wouldn't have missed her because I would have taken the elevator.
And then she's walking out and she's opening the door for me. I said, oh, no, I'm waiting for my food. And she looks at me like, is that the guy? And then
What did she do? Leave your food at your door?
Yeah, because that's what they do. They're the
Oh,
complexes.
that's right.
They just leave them
that
at the door.
makes like food delivery really easy now because you don't even have to talk to people. You don't even have, I know people don't even knock on the door. They just leave the food there and wait for the app to say to beep and tell them.
It's delivered. So, and that's what it told me. It's like you know how usually you can connect with them. They wouldn't let me connect. Why condoms? I don't understand why the condoms pervert.
Well, he thought you'd like burrito pictures more than tacos, but
But he's
No,
asking if
it wasn't code. Daniel just likes tacos a lot.
But he's asking if I
What do you want for
sponsor-
breakfast? Tacos. What do you want for lunch? Tacos. What do you want for dinner? Tacos.
I could eat tacos all day. I could.
You could.
I could. In all shapes and forms. My favorite to this date, my favorite taco is a rice and bean taco with salsa. It's just,
You get all excited. I'm like,
but I want to know why the condoms. Why would I be? Anyway.
Christian.
But okay, so you.
You mean USC Trojans? My alma mater?
Because you're not wearing it. Oh no.
It's on my
condoms.
cup. But I think that's funny. Yeah, Trojans. Sure. If they want to give us money, let's do it.
But I was thinking about the Bert and Ernie shirt, and I was thinking you're more of a Bert and I'm more of an Ernie,
Yeah, absolutely.
right?
Yeah, sans the pointy head.
But yeah, so definitely. And then because I was watching Ken and Barbie on the way over here, I was driving and watching them and listening to them mostly. But I always think like you're the Ken and I'm the Barbie.
I'm
Like
You feel yourself as a Barbie?
not a Barbie, Ken and Barbie. Our friends Ken and Barbie. Like
Okay.
I'm more Barbie, you're more Ken.
Definitely.
Like if we shows like
I agree. I think
Yeah.
so. I'm sure they would agree.
acorazados, tonga chile relleno pues
Beefsteak.
rice and beans tacos. Yeah. Oh my God! You people are making us hungry with all this food, but we have food waiting in the microwave for us.
Yeah, no, Crystal. I still haven't. It's funny. I still hear, like my dad. He would never have groceries delivered. Like that's like a luxury for wealthy people. That really wealthy people do. Like so, why would a common person or someone on a middle class income be having groceries delivered?
But I was thinking.
But in today's world, it's totally possible, and I'm a Prime member, so it doesn't even cost me anything to have them delivered.
I just thought
And it's easier than going to the store, particularly in this time frame.
there wasn't food delivery when I was going through cancer, was there?
No, it hadn't come in. I think some services, like a couple services, existed, but they just didn't. They hadn't matured yet. They hadn't become what they are today.
So that would have been convenient back then.
It would have been really convenient.
So something exciting that's happening this week, if I can talk about it. Sunday, June 21st, I will be 13 years clean and sober. You could be a little more excited than that.
Woo! No, congratulations, hon. 13.
You're such a turd.
I'm a dick. I am a turd.
You guys don't see what I actually. It's all up front. Like I'm the actor in the relationship, but he's really the actor in the relationship.
Oh, wasn't that a good display place? No, congratulations, hon. Honestly, I know how hard that is, and I know how tough that is. He kicked a few habits at once, and alcohol and drugs were definitely his vices.
Yeah. Because I was just speaking of, I was on a. For those of you that don't know,
What's your box?
I'm an admin for a gay sober page on Facebook, and people get to comment and write questions and such, like any other group. And somebody posted, if you were in extreme pain and know you were going to die, would you do drugs? And
that question needs specification.
Yeah, it was kind of general.
Do they mean prescription drugs that you've been given to you,
so.
or do they mean illicit drugs that you buy from Harold around the corner?
I'm guessing it's like, thank you, yes, lucky number 13, yes. I'm a teenager all over again. But I think the way that I read it was, would I do, if I knew that I was going to die and my pain's not going away and nothing's, would I do drugs again? And I was really honest on the page, and I said yes. And not for the drug. It's just that I remember how it felt to not feel anything, and just.
But with all this recovery, it wouldn't feel the same because
I know.
Now you know.
Well, yeah, and obviously it wouldn't be the same, but. I don't know.
For me, that's the motivation not to go back to my old habits.
Because when I was really hurting through cancer, there were times when I thought about drugs, like, and like just to not be in my body for a little bit and not feel anything. I don't know that it was like.
But again, yeah, I get it. I just don't know.
And
My addiction's a little different, I guess, because it just wouldn't work for me. It wouldn't give me that high anymore.
Well-
it wouldn't detach me from myself.
Well, first of all, I want to say that the guy that was commenting after I commented, he blocked me because I guess I was too honest for him. So, which he should be booted out because as an admin, I should have control. But let's just control issues. But I think
13 years,
I
still
think
control issues.
I just think you like unless, and some of people online, some people watching might understand this, unless you've been in that level of pain that your body is just like, I can't handle this anymore.
And Daniel has a really high. He has a really high level, like high tolerance of pain. I have none. I'm basically like, you touch me with a needle and I'm already like crying and screaming.
Yeah.
And like just at the thought. And Daniel has a super high tolerance for it. So for him to say he's reached his limit and he's gonna lose it, that's significant. That's saying something. While for me, it would just mean, shut up, Christian. Like,
Yeah, which is what I usually do.
yeah, which is what he usually did.
You spoke to the drug. What is it?
You spoke to drugs the other day.
Think about you.
Now, if they responded, Gabe, you've already done too much.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? The thing that, it's not the thing. One of the things that stops me from even thinking about doing anything that would alter my mind is my spiritual connection. It's that ability that I have to do readings for people and connect. I know that would be lost if I started doing drugs or drinking again, and that is too precious of a gift to let go. So,
Yeah, and I would be
Crystal.
Roadrunner exit stage left.
Yeah, Crystal. Crystal is a great
I couldn't be with
advocate.
them like that.
Crystal is an awesome advocate. I've interviewed her on my podcast, and she has a similar story. So yeah, like I said, it's just that. But anyway, I right now my biggest drug is coffee. I think that's probably the biggest thing that I'm addicted to. Probably. What? Is there something else that I do more?
Your bowls of cereal every night.
I do like my fruity not chocolate. No, it's chocolate pebbles. I do like, but not every night. Although there was,
Almost.
but there was a time when I was very. No, I think I go through phases. Don't y'all? Doesn't everybody go through phases of like you really like this one? Like we had our banana split phase for a little bit. Like we were doing banana splits. Like,
Yeah, until my doctor's like, no.
yeah, we had to stop that.
My doctor just said, no.
And
No more. And now she gave me a magic little pill that really does kill my hunger at night.
speaking of drugs,
Speaking of drugs, I have a prescription drug that kills my hunger at night, which has been really good because that was my big problem, and my numbers, all my numbers have been coming down really well. So no, I don't eat Fruit Loops. yeah, he was doing Cocoa Pebbles, Barbie.
Yeah, Cocoa Pebbles. I
Exactly.
do like Cocoa Pebbles. I like the chocolatey milk. It's
Uh-huh.
just something about that.
And then I grab a milk and I'm like, why is it so light? Like I don't drink that much milk.
And Gabe called me Fruit Loops from the time we met. Like early on, like as soon as we met, he called me Fruit
Gabe, that's pretty dead
Called me
on.
Fruit Loop.
What is that?
Nose.
Right on the nose.
I guess you could take it both ways. Being a Fruit Loop, and I used to be a Coke head, so the nose. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But those little
Yeah.
guys, I don't know if anyone realizes Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercials are totally sadistic and they're cannibals. They're literally eating their own kind. I'm like, does no one get this? It's not funny. It's sick. But anyway, it's a delicious cereal. Just a weird commercial, a weird ad campaign for the last few years.
You've been on Grape Nuts lately.
Oh, I've always loved grape nuts. I always
Nuts.
have. I love them because they tire out your jaw. I always thought, in the old days before I was in program, I used to think they'll tire out your jaw so much because there's so much chewing you have to do with them that your jaw gets tired and you just don't eat as much. Like, there's very few times I finish the whole serving because I'm like, my jaw's killing me. I'm like, I'm done for a little bit. And then when you come back to it, it's just this weird porridge, horrible porridge, and you're just like, nah, I'm not gonna do it.
You know what cereal I have a hard time eating now? Fruity Pebbles, and mainly because we used
Hand me my little
to.
bottle.
We used to. My mom, it was her favorite cereal when I was younger, and now I can't. Like I find it hard to eat Fruity Pebbles without my mom.
It's topiramate. Topiramate. That's what it's called, Barbie.
We have a lot of people watching. Thank you for joining us.
No, thanks for joining. That's just the little magic pill. It's tiny that I take that helps me with my nighttime eating because that was a real problem for me. And even with my recovery
Tastes like dog food.
and my program, that's what it. You know what? When you leave it too long in the milk, it absorbs all the milk, and then that's what it becomes is dog food. But I don't even think a dog would eat it.
Frozen mini wheats.
Frozen mini wheats. Yeah,
That is one thing I remember.
I finished those.
No, I just 3 sittings.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, what was I talking about? I forgot what I was talking about.
It was
Anyway,
something very important.
very important. It was very important, people.
So I'm gonna let it go.
Yes.
You're welcome, Barry.
So, for those of you that, but anyway, I was going to say before we continue, we have a lot of new faces joining us. I'm seeing a lot of new names. Thank you for joining us. This is the Christian and Daniel Show.
you.
We're on every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so make sure you check us out. I didn't send an invite this week. I do have, we have the new Christian and Daniel fan page. So I will post it on here, and so you guys can go and like it. Please go like it.
And I invited a whole bunch of our friends to like it, and they liked it. So quite a few of them liked it. So
And we like reviews, so if you want to give us a review, if you like the show or not, then
oh my gosh, yes, Gabby.
Gabby was the first one.
I don't think you're on tonight. I don't think she's on yet, but Gabby, our good friend Gabby, gave us this beautiful review. It was so beautiful, so heartfelt. It was wonderful.
Yeah, so go check it out.
Oh, my parents always said I'm bougie too, Crystal. It's okay to be bougie.
Very bougie, yes.
You be
We'll
bougie, girl.
have to do a whole bougie episode.
You gotta be bougie. It ain't nothing wrong.
I wanna say, because I'm very proud of you, that for the job that you have, the summer camp that you're doing, I think it's really cool.
Yeah, that's exactly it, Crystal. That's what she put me on, like a very, very minimal dose.
Shut up, Dave.
Hello, Chris. Thank you. I started teaching my journaling class for basically it's really a class of mostly 7th and 8th graders. It's an online course, and I'm teaching it, and it's been so much fun, and it's so great to wake up and at night I'm working on like right before this I was working on my lesson plan for tomorrow. I just really enjoy it. And it's a lot of fun. And it's actual teaching, not teaching kids how to take some state tests so we get federal funding. It's actual teaching. And today, these kids wrote these entries that I almost wept. It was like they were so good. They've learned so much so quick. Because I only have them for a week. So I don't get them for like a semester, but only a week. So we're already at mid-semester.
But I was telling you that how many of us, like, I used to blog, but I found it so difficult to...
Him.
No, I'm talking about you. Such a turd.
You used to blog? That's not about me.
No, but wait, there's a point to
Go
this.
ahead.
And I hear this with a lot of... Because a lot
yes,
of...
Gabe.
Because a lot of advocates are on watching the show right now. Like, we know what we want to say, but we find how we want to say it difficult, like, just to start. Like, where do I start? How do I structure it? How do I say it? And I think that you're teaching these girls way more than journaling. They're going to be amazing writers, even if they're not professional writers, but when they go to high school and college, they'll be able to write reports and essays because they know how to structure.
Oh,
And
they're
how
good.
many of us have...
They're talented.
How many of us that are advocates want to blog, want to write an article, but you just like, oh, how do I get there? At least I do. I have a hard time. And no, Gabe, before you said it's not because because of Spanish. Somehow I read your mind on that one. I'm feeling a little defensive now. I feel like
I know, I can tell.
Like paranoid of what Gabe's gonna say next.
No, don't say that about me.
No, it's all true. But it's so much fun because One of the most rewarding things I've always found for me when I'm working with kids is how quickly they absorb knowledge and how quickly they can apply that knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, as we get older, our brains do change, and we don't apply knowledge quite as quickly or as directly. And these kids are just blowing my mind. Like, they're so talented and so amazing. And I've never taught a course online, so we're all sharing in this brand new experience for me, but it's new topic and new experience for them, actually writing, not doing anything digital. Like, there's no digital. The only thing digital is the classroom.
Yeah.
So it's really, really cool.
You know,
And I also got to share one of my old journal entries with them. Whew. It was hard to find one that was clean enough to share with their age group.
Gabe, he's such a dork. But it would be interesting. Like, if I got a couple of my advocate friends, who like to write, maybe you could give us a quick webinar or a quick Zoom class on like what you're doing now.
If it's more than an hour and a half, yeah, I could probably do my entire lesson basically. My lesson plan, what's going together right now in my PowerPoint is what's going to be the structure for my next set of journaling classes. You know, I basically have been putting this class together day by day as I go, and now I kind of got a feel for it. Now I go, wow, I took the right direction. I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm not an expert. There are people way more talented teachers out there who've done way more with this. But just having 5 days to teach journaling to kids who maybe have never even written on a piece of paper before because everything's so digital, it's been fun. And it's fun seeing them connect with their own writing. And, you know, it's hard to tell them, you know, you're going to look back at this someday. If you really do stick with this and you journal about your experiences, you're going to look back someday like I did today. Like, I read something from 2005 to them, which, by the way, was before most of them were born. I went back to 2005 and I read something about a flight that I had written, and I was giggling about it, and they totally got into it. They're like, that's so cool. That was such a cool experience. And I was just like, and I told them, I got to relive this experience today because I wrote about it in my journal. Right. If I hadn't wrote about it, I honestly probably would never remember it, or I wouldn't have remembered it and wouldn't have talked about it. So it was really cool.
How many kids do you have in your class right now?
I only have 4 kids in my class.
So if me and 3 more people, if you're up to it, write.
Okay.
I'm in the comment section, and I will contact you afterwards. And I'll ask Christian nicely afterwards. And maybe we can do like an hour and a half, 2-hour session on writing for adults, and just to give us a little, and maybe we can like promote that later.
Yeah, I could do 3 for $5.
And
3 hours, $500.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm kidding.
But we can. I mean, if you're up to it, if you're sitting there and you're like, hey, I would really love to improve my writing somehow, and want to take Christian's class and get about 4 of us, because I want to take. I was into it. I was like, I'm going to take the class because I suck at. Like, I have a lot to say. Yes, and like Gabe, I can say 800 words a minute, but
he can.
Yeah, I can give.
As long as it's about him, he can. No.
He's such a turd. Like, I am so right now. Like, I'm not gonna let him have his dinner afterwards. But wouldn't y'all, like, especially if you write articles? Like, I've been asked to write articles for a couple of magazines and a couple of people's blogs, but I get stuck, and I'm like, how do I? And I've been wanting to write my book forever, and I'm stuck on chapter 1. In the beginning, there was a little boy, and but I think I'm just acknowledging how awesome you are.
It is so. No, I appreciate that, and I'm humbled by that. Thank you. I'm learning in this course too. You know, because like I found these phrases that are really handy when you do get stuck. When you're like, I can't. You hit a writer's block. There are these phrases you can ask yourself that can help you get through it. And I taught these kids that, and they've actually used them today on some of their writings. They're just so cool. Like I said, I just love how kids connect things so quickly. But it was really fun.
But and mainly because we were sitting. I want to do a shout out to.
And Yeah, journaling is just the archaic form of blogging.
Yeah.
A couple modifications, like you don't want to go too deeply personal if your blog's going to be public. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Crystal.
Yes, the roast of Daniel G Garza. That's just you, Gabe. It's all you. And he hasn't even met you in person, but he loves when you come on the show because
I'm like, Gabe's here.
Yeah. He's a Gabe fan. Gabe, that sounded weird. But I want to do a shout out to We Go Health. I was on a conference call on Zoom today, and there were 10 really amazing, 9 women and then me. But there were 9.
So 10 women.
It was all girls. You were really on tonight.
I am. I'm just.
There were these amazing advocates, patient leaders, and it's We Go Health award season right now. So on We Go Health, you can nominate people for an award.
Oh right. I remember that.
So it's that time, and I'll put a link. If you are an advocate and you want to nominate somebody for an award, you can go there. I've been nominated for TikTok. Place the show on TikTok.
Oh my God, he is a hardcore TikToker now.
I've been nominated.
He went from like barely watching, like barely even acknowledging TikTok to I'm TikTok. I'm on TikTok. TikTok too. I'm recording like every day. Are you recording a TikTok?
Yeah.
And he's like, yes, I'm recording a TikTok.
Well, you know what I started doing is I do my horoscopes. For those of you, most of you know that I do card readings. And a long time ago, I used to do horoscopes every Monday. And I lost the radio station, stopped taking, they didn't need me anymore, so I stopped it.
Oh yeah.
So I thought, why not put them on TikTok? So every Monday morning, I do it's 1 minute quick horoscopes. And then those go on Instagram, and they go on Facebook, and they go on Twitter. And on Razzle, which is a new site. So I'm on 5 different sites right now. Yeah, Razzle. And so you can catch them all. But what I'm doing on TikTok is if somebody comments on them, I read them. I sent them a private little 1 minute reading for them. So if you are on TikTok and you find my horoscopes, comment. Anything you can comment, and I will reply with an extra bit of information for you. Just a special thing for you. And I'm at 600 followers now. Yay me!
Wow, I'm lucky if I have I think I have 5. And I'm like, woo, 5! I get 5. But I think I have 5 videos, so maybe it's 5 people watched them. Barbie is letting you know she made 38 nominations.
Wow, Barbie.
And there, she's a fan.
I just started nominating, but I will.
So sweet, thank you.
Chris Pettit is on watching the show. I think still watching.
Yeah,
Chris, I've done a couple of duets with Chris. He is freaking hilarious. He's also a patient leader for psoriasis, but he is funny as F. And I've made a couple of duets with him, and they're hilarious. We get a lot of tracks. So I love Chris. He's another one of those people that I've never met in person, but we just became immediate friends. We just
That's great.
Yeah.
That's not unusual for Daniel, honestly.
What? Make friends?
Just immediate friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
It isn't. I don't do that.
No, you don't. It's harder for you.
Yeah.
Well, like you said,
is.
it's the Bert and Ernie. You're the Bert of the relationship. You're just harder to break.
No, it is. I'm not as open that way. So, but then again, that's also what lends the balance in our relationship between us. Is that we're not exactly the same. We're both not. I used to think I was so gregarious, but I'm actually totally not gregarious. Like in recovery, I have to admit, over the decade and a half, that I've learned I'm not gregarious. I was gregarious because my drug of choice allowed me to be. But once I didn't have that as a crutch, I'm really not that gregarious. So it was interesting to learn that when you think you're outgoing and you're really not.
Yeah, Barbie.
Oh,
she's
yeah.
saying,
I heard about you, Barbie. I heard about Barbie and Ken for a long time, right away.
Barbie and I were together as advisors to Healthy Voices 18, I'm going to say, or 19. But we were 18. We were both advisors. And the day we met, we just gravitated. And then I remember we wanted to do a walk around to say hi to everybody that was there. and we both had our business cards. We were handing out business cards. We were like politicians. We took over.
Well, you both are
We
so
took over.
similar. Like you have this type of personality. You're very gregarious. You're very. You both have charisma, a natural charisma, which allows you to go around and. Boy, I bet I don't know about Barbie, but I know Daniel gets away with saying things that no. If I said them, I'd be beat up. I'd be in the gutter, beat up, bleeding. So it takes a certain level of charisma, and it's great. That's when you have it, you need to work it. I don't feel like I don't have charisma. It's just we have different types of charisma.
An insult wrapped in a joke
Ugh.
is easy to get away. It's like a jalapeno pepper in a taco. I met Barbie. I don't know. It's just
We're really stuck on tacos today.
I know it's because I was
hungry.
gonna get tacos. There's this place where I stop, and there's Burger King. What'd you hear? There's Burger King. There's a taco place. There's a Hawaiian place. There's Subway, and they're all right there next to each other. So I stopped. I had to stop and do an errand, and then I was like, Burger King. We have Burger King almost every week. And then I was gonna get tacos, and I'm like, no, because you won't want it. And then I don't know if it happens to you.
Nachos.
No, I don't know if that happens to you, but they don't bake the good nachos there. They make
Well,
bad
and this is
nachos.
a different place now. You said they
changed names,
so they might not be the same.
But I don't know if it happens to you guys. Like I'll suggest Mexican food, and I know he's gonna make a face, and as soon as he makes a face, I just lose the taste for it. I'm like, oh, never mind. I'll just get something else. Like,
How about Mexican food?
yeah. And then I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy
So
it. And
how
then
about tuna casserole from your mother's old recipe?
yeah, we've talked about this. Pasta, tuna, and cheese.
And maybe a soup binder of some sort.
Macaroni and cheese, tuna, and breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumbs.
That's
yeah.
it.
And in the oven.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been talking to tacos. Oh yeah, there was a whole taco theme in the conference call this morning. I was completely talking about tacos the whole thing. I don't make Mexican food that much anymore. I never really made that much Mexican food to start off with. He just doesn't like it. And the only reason I found out that he didn't like it was because my sister came to visit, who is not online right now.
And she doesn't like
And
it.
she doesn't like it either. And Christian takes advantage of people visiting to reveal all these new mysteries to me. And I'm like, who the hell are you? And even 8 years later, I'm still discovering new things that I'm like, where the hell did that come from? Like, you've been, like, why didn't you tell me? Like,
Are you really? I think it's a rhetorical question at this point.
yeah,
but-
I feel like this is a Judge Judy moment.
Yes, Gabe. Tater tot hot dish. Or a tater tot casserole.
What is tater tot?
Oh my God! It's
What's-
this horrendously heart-hardening, high-calorie dish. It's so bad for you, but it's so good. And of course, most things that are bad for you are usually good.
No, let me just clarify, Barbie. Yes, Barbie, after I met you, I did talk about you for a long time. And then I met Ken because remember we did that shoot. We did the shoot for the
Oh, I love you, Gabe.
the featurettes. And that's when I met Ken. Remember? I met you guys here in LA. I went to do the featurettes. That's when I met him. But I've been talking about you for a while.
Absolutely.
But the crazy thing is that I kept talking about her, but I couldn't remember her name. And then I remembered her name. But I'm like that. I forget people's names all the time. I remember. I have to look y'all up on Facebook sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
No, I do. I mean, I love Barbie. Like, and I still respect her. Remember, she was doing the conference here, and
I know.
I
was there.
in the stroller thing with an oxygen tank. Like,
God bless you, Barbie.
Like-
You're a tough chick. That's all I can say. Like I said, I have no pain tolarance. I wouldn't be able to do any of that.
if you haven't seen it, I found the video of my acceptance speech because I won the Hero Hope Award last year, and I finally found the video and posted it about a year later. But if you haven't seen it, Barbie's on my right side in the back, and the reason she can't walk too much on the stage is because she has the tube, and I'm like, I know she hates when I say this, but I always look to her to see what she's up to so that I can up my game. It's that sibling rivalry that I like to do with people because it keeps me on my game. and she's one of the people that I look to, and I'm like, what is she doing now? Because I want to like not one up her, but just kind of like.
You want to be like her.
I want to be like her.
He wants to be respected like you. He wants to be tough like you.
I do.
He wants to be successful like you, Barbie. So
I do.
he thinks about you all the time, girl. Let me tell you.
What's the name of Georgina from Mean Girls?
From Mean Girls?
Regina George.
Oh, Regina George.
George.
You're his Regina
You're my
George.
Regina George. Yes.
Yes, and yes, Gabe, you're right. Hot dish is what everyone calls it in the Midwest. You're right. I forgot about that. Oh, yeah. I would love that.
Yes, Julieta.
No, it's funny. It's not all the time I don't like Mexican. It just seems like whenever he suggests it, I just don't. I'm just not in the mood for it.
He does like. You do like the enchiladas that I make.
I love enchiladas,
But they're kind of more American.
yeah.
Enchiladas.
But then
They're
when
gringo
we're with his
enchiladas.
family, if they like really good home cooked Mexican is amazing.
Yeah.
But I just can't have it. Every 3 or 4 or 5 days a week. It doesn't work.
And I could.
It drives me nuts.
I have been dying for arroz and frijoles and carne con salsa, and I haven't made those things. But no, Barbie, I am on your team. But I will always look at you. I have so mad respect for you that like forever. That's not going to change. That's not going to change it.
Yeah, and absolutely, I agree. Barbie is a doer.
Mad respect.
Anyone could walk around with the oxygen tank and do what she did, what I witnessed. Yeah, you would do it, girl.
Yeah. So I always have that image in my head that whenever I feel like I can't accomplish one more thing, I'm like, that lady was on an oxygen tank. I'm like, whatever.
Oh, hi, Laura.
Hey, Laura.
Oh, my gosh.
We will be seeing you soon.
We will be seeing you soon. And we will be expecting Mexican food.
So for everybody joining, we have I'm so excited because we have new people watching the show.
I know, it's so wonderful. Thank you for joining us.
This is the Christian and Daniel show. We're on every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Absolutely, Laura.
You can go over to, we're setting it up. You can go over to the Christian and Daniel show and like the show, like the page, and we'll be posting. We haven't had a chance to sit down, but we're going to post a lot of old photos that you probably never saw, videos from trips and things that you probably never seen. So we'll be updating that page for you guys, so you'll be able to go see it. Shut up, Gabe. You're such a turd.
I love it.
You're such a turd. You know how there's like, but there are some people that I've introduced you to that become like really close, like family connections. Like I just saw Ellie jump on. Ellie and her family is one of those.
Ellie and her, yeah, and Laura is Ellie's daughter.
Like we might not see them for a while, but for those of you like we've said this story when I was going through cancer and I was really sick, we would go to Ellie's on Sundays for dinners, and that's when she lived in the house.
Big family dinner.
She lived in the house with the pool, so you would jump in the pool with the kids.
Yeah, because it was like 3,000 degrees. It was wonderful.
I would do card readings for everybody. So those
And
were
I got
really
an
cool.
amazing exercise doing it too.
So it was really cool. What else is going on? I feel like I go home and I don't see you for a couple of days, and like a lot goes on, but then I forget what goes on.
Well, for me, I've been so focused. Hello. In my amazingly peaceful, stable little neighborhood I live in here in Culver City. Hello. Yesterday, all these people were dressed in like black and were walking by my house, and I'm like, what are all these people dressed in black doing? Is there like a funeral or something? And they were all walking, and then they all crossed the street, and I live right across the street from the police station. But the police station's main entrance is a little ways down, is about a block down from my house. Well, apparently there was this big Black Lives Matter protest that they did out front of the police house.
But they've been pretty calm, haven't they?
Well, that's why it's like such a big deal that it happened here in Culver City. Like, hello, we have been like in a little insulated bubble from most of the protests. We had one during the really hot zone time, and during the time when we were being told to get off the streets by 4 o'clock, from 4 to
the lockdown,
during
the curfew.
During the curfew time, we had an after curfew protest that kind of happened like just a quarter block up from my house, and they blocked the street. But it's not a big deal. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see it.
What? Stop talking about my. Yeah, why are you? Stop it, Gabe.
Anyway, so we had a protest. Like, that's like big news in Culver City. You know, I live in a pretty quiet area, a pretty quiet neighborhood.
Nothing much happened.
Not a lot of crime, not a lot of craziness. The biggest crime you see is people not wearing masks and running around, or people not wearing masks, or people not cleaning up after their dog does its business.
But there's one tonight, and we can hardly hear anything.
Yeah, we can't hear it. I mean, that's what I mean. It's like, you can't hear it. And I live right next to City Hall, too. And so you think you'd be able to hear it, but you really can't.
Yeah,
and
it's really quiet.
Like, last night's was because it was just kind of not too far away. There were like 6 people with what do they call those, bullhorns. I could hear them, and then they marched by our house, and they marched down the cross street from my house, and that was like big excitement. Like, I was like, ooh, adventure in Culver City. Like, my neighborhood just suddenly got real hoodie, and you know, it didn't. I mean, it didn't. I'm just playing. But it was like, you know, it was kind of crazy, and there were a lot of people. They were blocking half of the main street. Duquesne Avenue is a thoroughfare, and they were blocking half of it.
Oh, wow.
So cars had to stop. Their traffic was backing up. It was interesting. It was a big deal.
Well, for those of you out there, if you're out in a protest at any point or anything, just be careful. Wear a mask. Take care of yourself. Be safe. Support. I just noticed that changing subjects a little bit because I don't want to forget to mention this. Our nephew Joe just signed on. Hi Joe, and I know she's probably not watching, but I want to send a big congratulations to our niece Nancy for graduating. She graduated high school, and for any graduates, I know this year has been tough for you guys, especially if you're graduating, but she graduated, so congratulations.
Congratulations, Beba.
Beba, we call her Beba.
Congratulations.
I wanted to make her sound grown up.
Congratulations, Nancy.
It's just that my sister's name's Nancy too, so they call her Beba.
Yeah.
But she's a woman now.
She's a legit graduate, man. She has her degree. she has her diploma. She done. The required education is finished.
And I believe she's going into nursing too.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So she wants to be a nurse too. So
even in this time frame, we still have kids who want to be nurses.
that
That's
is,
amazing.
I find it because our other niece Marcy is a nurse.
And you know, Daniel's family is a bunch of pretty people, and so it is so cuckoo bird. You know, so there's going to be another pretty nurse out there. Like, come on.
Let me fix my hair.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yes, good glass. Yeah, no, I do have to admit that I do have
very
good
proud of her.
looking
She's
family.
she's the sharpest tool in the shed.
Like obviously you're probably not following her, but she posts a lot on Instagram. She's model. She's like
She's
Beba is
sickeningly pretty.
yeah, like it's obnoxious.
But his
pretty.
whole family is.
She's obnoxious. Well,
Joe Ramones is pretty. Everyone's
Yeah.
pretty. It's just everyone's
I do
good
have-
looking.
I do have
Even
good
if they don't
looking.
think so themselves, they are. And
They're pretty.
if you look at other families, trust me, the portraits aren't as pretty as yours are.
yeah, because my sister Juanita, she has 3 boys, but they're like rugged guys.
They're men. They're
manly men.
Yeah,
like,
and I love them. They're like, but they're really nice.
yes.
I just can't understand them most of the time.
No,
because I don't speak
they
Spanish.
don't speak English. And he doesn't. But
I regret that, and I need to remedy that.
so Juanita has like the big 3 rugged guys, and then Robert is kind of rugged,
It is. You're right.
and then from Albert down, they're all pretty. Because even Albert, when he shaves, he's a pretty boy. My nephew Albert is a bearded.
Yeah. I think Albert is funny because it's like he's trying not to be pretty. And it's like, you can't do that. It's like annoying. It's like when a supermodel's like, I'm not pretty right now. Whatever. Whatever, girl. I'm sorry. Well, I wouldn't say that to Albert. But whatever, boy. You just keep doing your thing.
But yes, congratulations, Beba, on graduating high school. We are so excited for you. We're just.
The world's your oyster, girl.
Yeah.
You got the whole world at your feet.
We're just looking forward to seeing where you go on this journey. And
It's gonna be so cool.
for all the graduates out there, congratulations. We wish you all the best.
Yeah, it's amazing. I actually think the celebrations happening during this time frame are more impressive than the regular ones that would have happened. Like everyone sitting in a field in the heat, or everyone sitting somewhere else, you know, in a stadium or in a gym. I think what's going on now is so much more creative and it's so much more memorable than what I had. Like I barely remember. I remember my graduation, but it wasn't anything like I wouldn't brag about it. I wouldn't have written. I certainly didn't write in my journal about it.
And we talked about it. I didn't go to my high school graduation, so I ended up going on a date.
He wakes up at night and he goes, "There's something missing," and I go, "There's two things missing. You didn't go to your graduation, and you didn't go to prom."
You're such a nerd. Today I'm gonna blame this on Gabe. I'm gonna blame it. And yes, Barbie, a good-looking nurse is always a good thing.
Well, and blessedly, Daniel did have almost nothing but pretty nurses. There was one at the public county hospital, and we had, but I had to take care of her.
So anyway.
Oh, that sounded really bad.
Yeah.
I had to take care of her on a professional
She's
level.
no longer with us.
I know.
You know what I mean? So anyway, this is nice.
I like this.
So guys, it's time for our pick of the week. Go for it.
My pick of the week is called Killing Gunther, or Killing Gunther. It is a Netflix movie, and it stars, I don't agree necessarily with the gentleman's politics, but he was governor, and he is still an actor, and he is kind of funny in his older years. He doesn't take himself so seriously anymore. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is Gunther, and they're apparently it's this cadre of assassins, and he's the best one. And they're all all the young ones want to kill him so they can claim they're the best ones. And that's the only way in the assassin world to move up, is to get rid of the best one and be the one who got rid of the best one. Well, it's a comedy. It's a little serious, but it's also a comedy. So it is a very interesting movie, and a lot of Saturday Night Live alums are in it.
Sorry, I just can't read Gabe's comments because they just, even when we're talking something serious, I look at Gabe's comments and they crack me up. So I can't.
Yes, they are, Gabe. You're right. But yeah, so.
But did you see what he? My pick of the week is my notes. You're such a. My pick of the week, because I know this
is your nose.
This is an old show, and you're probably like wondering, really, this is your pick of the week? But I've been watching Fuller House, and if you, for those of you that remember Full House, I was a fan of Full House, and mainly because, yes, of Jesse. I was, John Stamos was, the reason to watch the show. But...
Oh, I'm sorry. Crystal, were you talking about Killing Gunther? Like what I was talking about?
Is that a monster movie?
It depends if you think Arnold Schwarzenegger's a monster.
A mobster movie.
I think he's a monster, then maybe it is a monster movie. But, no, it's actually about assassins. It's about a club, I guess, I don't know how assassins, like the club of assassins in this world.
Well, regardless of Gabe and Christian's opinion of it, I have been, there's something about watching the show that just, it's, but there's a little kid on the show.
It just makes me feel good.
Yeah, there's a little kid on the show. I don't know the actor's name, but on the show his name's Max, who is freaking adorable, and he's funny, and he's. But the reason I like the show is that because in the midst of everything that's going on, at the end of the day, I can watch 3-4 episodes, which are like 25 minutes, and just disconnect from everything that's going on, and that's why. And then it has that melancholy feeling about it, like all these old characters coming back.
I do love the main actress, Cameron.
Yes.
Whatever her name is.
Yes.
The one that was in the original and played the older sister.
The older sister. Yeah. So
Kirk Cameron's sister.
Cameron. Yeah. Candace Cameron.
Candace Cameron.
Yeah. So
Candace Cameron. Something Russian.
Yes, Max is awesome. The little kid is. I am learning acting watching him. Like he is so on point. But
I'm glad you're enjoying Upload. It's so cool.
Yes.
Can't wait for the next season.
Thomas, I don't know if Thomas is still on, but he mentioned a show called Victor.
Yes.
I have not seen it, so I don't know what it's about.
I haven't either.
So we're going to watch Victor, and we'll talk about it next week. Nostalgia. Thank you. I forgot my English there for a minute. But, so our picks of the week this week are what was the name of the show?
Killing Gunther,
Killing Gunther. And if you
starring Arnold Schwarzenegger,
and if you want something just
on Netflix.
innocent and mindless, go watch Fuller House on Netflix. I'm catching up on the episodes, and it's really nice. You just
I think Fuller House is on what, 3rd or 4th season now.
it's on the yes, it's the last season now. It's up. The last season just came out.
I was gonna say, but yeah, I think they only did like 3 or 4.
Yeah, but it's just nice to go back and then. John Stamos is still good looking. That man is just hot, like hot. Like he's on my, what do they call it?
Your hall pass.
My hall pass list.
Funny. Usually, hall pass have to be cleared with your partner or significant other.
Well, right now I'm telling you.
didn't clear it with me.
I'm telling you right now in front of everybody. John
So he's
Stamos.
saying it's on there, but I'm saying maybe it's not.
And usually I like the bigger guys, so it's really weird that I'm attracted to like.
Yeah, I can't.
I think
I
it's
don't
the
like
hair.
John Stamos for
I think
that.
it's the hair.
And there's a video of him out there where he was really rude and angry at Netflix. So anyway.
Is it the comedy one? Is it the fake
No,
one?
it was real.
There's a fake one that's out there.
Well, maybe he was.
We'll
big.
see it later.
Well, if that, then he is a pretty good actor because he was being a pretty big something in that.
Like, to get
He is timeless. I do think he's a vampire.
Yes. And by the way, I want to clarify something with Gabe before we leave the show. I was
I
not
love you, Gabe.
I was not in charge of lighting today. Christian took care of the lighting. So if I look like I have 3 chins, it's all on
No,
him.
he's talking about the shadow of your chin on your shirt.
It's not. But shut up, Gabe.
Hello, Veronica.
For all the folks that are just joining us, this is the Christian and Daniel show, and we're almost done with the show, but we have 7 more minutes. Any questions you might have for us? We've been trying to do a question and answer show, but we always forget to tell them that it's a question and answer show. So, if you
Again, I think John Stamos is a vampire.
yes,
I just think he's perfect, and I think Gloria Stefan now is part of the vampire clan because that her song called El Nacional or Nacional. If you listen to the lyrics, it sounds like she's singing about being a vampire because she's all weird. Children of the night, the night's ours. Okay, girl, that's why you look so good. I get it. I want the secret.
hey middies, how you doing, Prima? How you doing? I am discovering. I'm so excited because I'm still discovering all these new cousins that Ancestry.com.
We spoke with your cousins earlier. Earlier this week or the end of last week.
Monday. It was Monday.
It was Monday. It was okay. And I kept getting called, so I kept getting interrupted. But
Monday or Friday?
it had to be Friday
Friday.
because I was getting ready for class. I wasn't.
It was
I hadn't
your
finished my
eye
lesson.
doctor appointment after your eye doctor appointment.
Yeah. And we had a real sugar high day that day. We went to Baskin and Robbins.
Oh, mine is your sister? Well, hi, other cousin. I didn't know that was your sister. So,
hello.
for those of you that weren't on the last episode, last week we talked about Ancestry.com introduced me to this new batch of cousins. And, oh, God. And so we've been doing Zoom calls. We've been doing Zoom calls with people, so we should do that. And before I go, I want to remind you, we were talking about a writing workshop for adults, and maybe we can put that into a pilot and see if try it out, see if it works out, and then maybe you can promote that later as an actual gig.
Yeah.
So many things fun. I want to put him to work. I do a lot of stuff, and I'm like, Christian needs one more thing to do. We have to include you. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. We need to do a family reunion-ish thing.
Or a family meeting for the first time thing.
Yes. For those of you watching, again, this is the Christian and Daniel Show. Remember, we're on every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't forget to catch me on Fridays at the Card Devo Show. Fridays, 6 p.m. on this channel. Check it out. We do card readings. You join in. We have question of the day now. And at the end, there's always some special extra surprise reading for everything or information for everybody. All these shows will be on YouTube. I've been a little behind, but I promise they're going to be on YouTube for you to watch. What else is coming on? What else is coming up?
We are working on getting a seriously a dedicated I'm stumbling today after my class. I have not been able to say things. Lilmesican Productions webpage, so we could post all the videos there, and a page, a Lilmesican Productions page on YouTube.
Yes. Yeah,
So
because
we can post everything
everything's
there.
under my name right now.
So keep an eye out for that, and we'll let you know when that's ready.
But we are putting stuff out there. We did a pilot for our Zodiac show. There were some technical issues, so we might do another one just to rework it. So stay tuned for that. But if you would like to be considered for the writing thing that we want to do, because I want to do it. I want to learn how to be a better writer.
Oh.
Say I just put I'm in the comment section before we end the show, and I will contact you and we'll set it up. Because I took a Zoom work. I think that's what it is. I was on a webinar for Zoom, and they gave us all these inside tips and secrets on how to make better meetings and webinars. And I'm like, I want to put them all to work. So anyway, thank you. Thank you.
Looks like you're about to tell me a secret.
No, Gabe. I am just like every week. I am through with you. I am done with you.
And Veronica, I liked Dead to Me. I thought it was it's so darkly sarcastic. I really enjoyed
Christina
it.
Applegate, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
I'm still hooked
It
on...
took me a little bit to get into it, but it was good.
I'm still hooked on Lock and Key. I haven't finished watching it, but Lock and Key is a really good series.
Oh, and by the way, Dead to Me, a lot of that was filmed in like the Laguna Beach area because I recognized a lot of the locations.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out. We have about 3 more minutes for everybody. What I want to remind y'all of. Check us out on Friday. Remember us next week. Check out our YouTube page. Make sure you go like the Christian and Daniel show on the page. Go like it. And if you can review the show, that would be really great. I really appreciate it. Now you're going to work on the light?
I was just curious.
Is this just for Gabe? Are you and Gabe having some kind of secret relationship that I don't know about?
Yes, Daniel. Gabe and I are having a secret relationship that you don't know about.
Damn it!
I'm not actually teaching anything to these fictitious girls. It's just Gabe and I chatting on Zoom for an hour and a half.
I knew it. That's why you don't want me
for
here.
5 days.
That's why you don't want me here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lock and Key is a great show.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
I knew that there was something about Gabe that I didn't like everything.
Like everything.
You little frosted flake.
Wow.
You little frosted flake. I can't stand you. You did? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to watch it.
It's pretty recognizable. Yeah.
There's a couple of things there was a movie with Jennifer Lopez that was filmed out there too. I forget one of the last movies she was in.
Not Hustlers.
No, not Hustlers. A while back, they filmed it in Laguna Beach because they had the whole beach locked down, and they were asking people to be backgrounds, but they weren't paying, so I didn't do it. I don't leave my house for.
Hello, I'm union. If I don't get paid, I don't work.
I don't like sand.
He's
like
all
sand.
bougie like that now. He's all I'm
Dun, dun, dun,
I'm
dun.
sad.
Oh my God!
Bougie.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
But is it?
Worst cooks.
Yeah. But,
Well,
but what's the actual thing?
Partatan.
Tartatan. Every time they on one of the baking
It's a
shows,
French dessert.
every time on the baking show we say tartatan,
We're all
like dun.
And people always get messed up. It always gets messed up, and they always do it wrong. So
Anyway, anything else before we go?
she is an alien.
Who's an alien? I love these conversations, by the way, with you guys.
I do too. I love it. It makes it so much fun. Oh, and you know who we didn't see today? Kai. I'm surprised.
Kai is not on today. For those of you that
Our
watch the
theme
show,
writer.
for those of you that watch the show, we forgot to mention Kai is the
Kai Kalama.
author and singer of our theme song, and then we have the guy from TikTok who does our intro now.
Yep.
Story time. It's the Christian and Daniel show. So yeah, we're growing.
Yes, bushy is the word tonight.
Let me just tell you.
The word is the word.
The word is bushy.
word
Yes, that would be the
is-
word for the day, bushy.
Bushy is
So anyway,
the way
guys.
we are being.
Thank you for joining us. This has been the Christian and Daniel show. We'll see you guys next week, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Check us out. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your support.